What's good, y'all? My name is Dylan Green, and this is Real Notes, a space dedicated to blurring the cultural and artistic lines between rap and film. I'm here to chop it up with everyone from rappers and producers to journalists and video directors about their relationship to movies and how, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is Oklahoma City-based rapper, director, photographer, and clothing designer Grand National. We spoke about the Criterion Collection, Nat's experience working on the set of a Martin Scorsese movie, the origins of his clothing line Cash Only, how Nipsey Hussle inspired his work ethic, Oklahoma hip-hop, participating in the creation of Fire in Little Africa, and the creative process behind his latest project, 328i, and its self-directed accompanying short film. Come fuck with us. What's cracking? Welcome back. Real Notes train leaving the station type shit. We're back. I'm still getting used to doing this again after being off for 2 weeks. I guess I just shouldn't take breaks. I don't know. I guess that's just what happens with my brain. But what's it called? Dylan, CineMasai. I got a lot of names. I'm all over the place. Those are two of my shits. But today, we've already been going for 5 minutes. Y'all probably won't hear that though. But I've been I got somebody really cool on here today. This guy's a rapper. He's a clothing designer. He's a filmmaker. He just directed his first thing. That's fucking crazy. He's been all over the place. He's on Fire in Little Africa, the great Oklahoma scene Fila joint that dropped earlier this year that I was around for, which I'm still super grateful for. But this is Grand National. We got fucking Grand National in the house. He's been all over the place, and we got a lot of shit to talk about. So, bro, thank you for coming on, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me. When I heard, I said, Dylan's doing a podcast about rap and film. I said, I do those daily. I said, I need to go fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? I said, I would love to talk film and nerd out over stuff that people like and what I like, and just commune with my brother.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, and it's been a while. You were saying this off camera, but I haven't seen you in a year. You've been going crazy.
Yeah, since March 20.
Yeah, man.
No, it's been a hell of a ride, man. I done directed my own short film. Just recently, got off a film with Martin Scorsese, Killers of the Flower Moon, where I was doing lighting. I've been doing lighting all year, just learning how to better my films and make better films. So that's been quite the journey. Shot my first short film while being on that Martin Scorsese film. I took off a weekend. I took off a Friday because we only work Monday through Friday, and I just shot my shit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way to Monday, 4 or 5 o'clock that next morning, and then went back to set again. So it's just been a great learning opportunity being next to people in the industry and learning okay, this is how y'all really do it. And just applying that knowledge and just trying to run with it. And it's and making stories that appeal to people that look like me and stories that are for people that look like us, so.
Felt. And that's we really can't get enough of that shit. And I've been thinking about that a lot too, because Van Peebles just passed away a couple weeks ago. I don't think I got to talk about that on here because I was on break, but rest in peace to fucking Melvin Van Peebles, first and foremost. So
the first black filmmakers out there.
Yeah.
So, it's few and far between.
Yeah, man.
In this industry.
Yeah, and he was the first one who really went for it in that way, and he did. I just yesterday the Criterion Collection did. They had a flash sale, and I grabbed the fucking
Blu-ray.
5 Essentials. Had to.
Man, I love the Criterion Collection, man. I watch so many. My goal for the rest of the year is just watch 2 new films every day. Just 2 new films. Just seeing, looking up the director and saying, okay, and just seeing their style of shooting and directing, and just really immersing myself into more films that I usually, because I didn't grow up this film auteur, I want to look at every fucking film. I just liked what I liked, But now, I want to venture out, see what else do I like,
All right, so in that case, I'm gonna ask you a slightly different version of the question I ask everybody who comes on here. What was the last Criterion movie that you watched that you had a real strong opinion about?
Black Girl. It's called The Black Girl.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tell me what you thought about it.
Man, I thought it was a strong case. It's you have this woman from she was from Senegal, black woman. At that time, you just they would just stand on the corner to try to get work from these white people be their maids and stuff. So I guess this white woman came on the assumption she needed a caretaker for her children. So she found this girl, she picked this girl out of all the girls and brought her back to France or whatever. And like she stays with them, and like she ends up like cleaning up their shit because the kids went back from whatever they was from, and she ended up like, and I guess this the wife was promised her, yeah, I'm gonna take you shopping in France, you're gonna get to do this and do this, and she never got to experience those things. So she just was like kind of just kept in the house like a slave, and she was like she narrates this the whole movie, like how she's feeling, like, oh yeah, she promised me this, promised me that, and then never ended up getting to do it. And I was like, it was just a strong movie for me. I was like, oh. And it was in black and white, so I love a good black and white film too. But it just really had it really captivated me when I watched that. And I watched it like at 4:00 in the morning, fucking high as shit.
Damn, wow, that's wild because like it's not like a feel good type of movie. Like it doesn't end good. Like it's all bad all the time.
And I was not expecting that. And I was like, damn. I said that shit is wicked, but that was the last one that just had a strong one. Other than that, I said another good movie I didn't know about is the movie Thief. It's a Robert Mann movie, I believe.
No, I haven't seen that one.
That one, I was like, just the way it looked, and the dialogue and the camera movement, I was like, it's a good ass film. Like they did that thing. I said, how did I didn't know about this? I'm all for a good like gangster mob type movie, but it's slipped between my cracks. I didn't get that one, but it's good.
Oh, that's tight. Okay, I gotta add that because I think the last Criterion movie I caught was I found The Elephant Man at Barnes and Noble, the David Lynch one, and
his old creepy ass movies he made.
Yeah, and it's crazy because that's like it's like the most normal movie he's ever made. That isn't like maybe Dune, I don't know, but like
Dune's good.
Yeah, it's just like. Cause like it's still out there and weird, but like you compare like Elephant Man to like Eraserhead, and it's like, or even like Blue Velvet, like Blue Velvet's kind of crazy too, but like he just can't ever be normal. Like shout out to Lynch, I love me a good David Lynch movie.
I'll just be curious. I was like, all right, Lynch, he's always in some creepy shit. Fucking what was it? Christopher Nolan got this obsession with time.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese, he's just mob movies or like killing really in general. and I love that. That's why I just worked on this movie, like The Killers of the Flower Moon. I was just like sitting there every day seeing Marty, Leonardo, Bob De Niro, just like these motherfuckers I've been looking up. Like I talked to him like on the last day, I was like, bro, I've waited the whole show just to tell you, like Goodfellas. I was like, I don't think it ever gets better than that. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, wow. I was like, yeah, that shit is fucking hard. Like I love that movie. Like that's one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, honestly.
For real. Then like Tarantino, he always had this thing for feet. He something like the characters don't get over. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. Like he's my favorite director for sure. Him and like Brian De Palma, I would say. I like De Palma.
I like De Palma too. He's his later stuff hasn't been super good, but like early on he was going on a run.
Going on a run.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah. And like I have really like I like Tarantino. I have kind of mixed feelings on him these days. I've talked about it a couple of times. It's like always strange, but like there's a handful of his joints that I like really, really still love to this day. Yeah. Like and you're like I feel like he's kind of like for people in our age group in like the mid to late 20s to maybe like basically millennials, like basically it's like all of us, like he's kind of like everybody knows who Tarantino is. And he just kind of has this like, he's like inescapable in good and bad ways. But I really love the Kill Bill movies. Really, Pulp Fiction's a classic. I really love Death Proof, like which a lot of people don't talk about often. Like I saw Grindhouse. Credit. Yo, for real. I saw Grindhouse in the theater, like when they did it as the double feature. Me and one of my best friends and my dad went to go see it when the two of me and my boy Spence, shout out to Spence if he's listening, the two of us, we were like 14, 15, 16, and dad took us to the theater to go see it at midnight. Like they really did it like an old movie too. It was like they played Planet Terror, then they did the trailers, and then they played Death Proof right after. It was beautiful. I had never seen anything like that. Like I had never like experienced them like that before. So seeing them back to back was crazy.
My favorite Tarantino movie is something I feel like people don't even really think about mentioning is Jackie Brown. Like,
there you go. That's my favorite one. My number one.
Jackie Brown is such a great film. You know, it's based off Leonard Skinner's book Rum Punch, and I'm just like, and the idea that what really got me into like Tarantino, I was like, he's the black woman as his lead character in this movie. I was like, and that right there made me like, I want to put black women as lead characters in my movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. That's dope to me. And that was like, I'm a fan after that. I was like, yeah.
Man, Pam, and it was like Pam Grier too. Like considering her whole career and shit, like nah, it was perfect. Nah, like I'm mad I didn't bring it up before, but like yeah, Jackie Brown is absolutely my favorite Tarantino movie. Like really underrated.
Really underrated.
Yeah, like her and Sam Jackson, just like the opening scene in the airport, just like alone, like
bro. If I ever do a airport scene, what's my airport scene gonna look like?
Like just
Jackie
her.
Brown, bro. I'm already telling. Like, if I ever do an airport scene in the movie, it's gonna look like Jackie Brown. Like, my shots are gonna be similar to Jackie Brown shots because I love that scene and I gotta pay homage. Like in my short film, I definitely play homage to Tarantino and Kobe in it because those are two people that I fuck with tough, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as like the dedication from Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Like his relentlessness, like unmatched. And then Tarantino, just him in film and like how he got in film. Like the guy that got me on this Scorsese film I just did, ironically, he's a gaffer I was working with for the lights. His name's Ian Kincaid, and he's done all of Tarantino's movies besides one. Like
that's crazy.
Exactly, and this is someone like we was on the set of this Martin Scorsese movie, and like he's just showing me like Django, behind the scenes Django, all these fucking what's the other one? Damn it, the one with Brad Pitt, Nazis.
Oh yeah, Inglourious Basterds. Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at all these behind the scenes of that and fucking the last one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and shit. And I was like, damn, he did lights for all these movies. And he told me a story how they met. He said, well, they met before any of the movie shit. Well, Tarantino was working at a movie place, like kind of like a Blockbuster or whatever the movie flicks they had out there.
Right.
And like he was this movie clerk. Like he was his movie clerk before he even started making movies. And he said, damn, he seen him as a movie clerk. Then like a year later, he ended up seeing him on set. And he was like, hey, I remember you was my movie clerk. And I was like, and they've just been like best of friends ever since.
That's so tight. You mentioned it a few times. So like talk to me about working on the Scorsese movie because that's nuts. Like,
man, that was still a surreal moment, man. Just like from the camera test, like I remember like first day we doing camera tests, you know what I'm saying? We just basically had like two big ass lights, two Scott Panel S360s. And we had a 2x8 on top for like a top light and like these two big S360s. And it's just like seeing Marty come in and the cinematographer, which is one of the best cinematographers I learned a lot from on this damn movie, and just seeing how he light shit and seeing how I would want to light shit and seeing like, okay, he did it like this because we shot everything on film for the most part. Sounds like the real low light scenes we used with Sony Venice, but like Rodrigo Prieto, he did 8 Mile, you know, fucking Wolf on Wall Street, Irishman, shit like that. So I'm like, man, this guy's great. I didn't even know about him like that until like I worked on this movie. And I was like, damn, I liked all the movies he's done. So like learning from him was great. People I met as far as like every department, you know, just people that are world class, like the props guy, like he gave me stuff like cigarettes and stuff for my movie that I was working on. He's like, hey, I was like, man, I need something, you know, so he looked like you smoking weed. And, you know, he's like, oh, word. He had just gave me through a pack of like, here, it's like 40 of them in there. It's like, shit, I was like, all right, damn, that's my guy, Matt. Like, he's cool as shit. I met a lot of cool people that I hope to stay connected with, you know, as I, you know, embark on this film shit for real. Like, I got some ideas that I'm definitely finna get off.
And I just like before we move on, like how did it happen? Like how did you get in touch with his team to like make that opportunity possible?
The universe works in a motherfucking way, bro.
That's facts.
So basically, I've been shooting films with my people down here. Like I have a media group called Devoted Media Group. We've been doing
Mm-hmm.
films for like the last 4 or 5 years. And then I met these people out here that own a film studio. So I contact them, or they actually contacted us. Like, oh, we like what you're doing. We'll come stay at a meeting. So I go, we meet with them. Talk about stuff. Then basically they was telling me about the film industry, like how they've been in the film industry. Then they eventually introduced me to a gaffer named Steve Mathis, which he's done like Moulin Rouge, Black Panther, shit like that. He's a lot of
Right.
credits. So he basically, he started teaching me about lighting, because I was like, man, I want to light my films. Like I see cinematic shit and then I see my shit, and I said, I want that feel in my shit, you know what I'm saying, as far as lighting and, having it to really look like it's supposed to. So he just basically started teaching me about lighting. Then beginning of 2021, I did a movie. He hooked me up with this guy named Jacob, which is a cool dude. He's actually on Raising Canaan right now, doing lighting for Raising Canaan.
Crazy. The power shit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
crazy.
So he's doing that, and then I did my first movie with him, learning about lights and shit. This movie called God Is Not Dead 4. Like, who knew someone tried to kill God? But I did that. Then, like, that's when I was like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a film. That's when I learned, like, oh no, I can do this. Then after I finished that in March, I started working on my film, getting it together, like how I'm gonna pay for it and all this shit. The guy that works with fucking Tarantino gave me a call because Steve had mentioned me to him, and they were shooting a movie Oklahoma, and that they'd been supposed to shoot, but COVID fucked up, and then this happened. They really finna shoot it, and then somebody else gave my number. He called me, like, hey, you want to do this movie with me? I'm coming out of Oklahoma with the world. I'm like, yeah, I already knew what it was because everybody in the film industry, Oklahoma, been talking like, yeah, I'm trying to get on this movie. This is gonna be the movie. And I'm like, whatever, nigga. I'm trying to shoot I'm thinking like, nigga, I'm trying to shoot my own shit. Like, I'm just one of those people. Like, I'm trying to do my own shit. But then when the opportunity came, I was like, oh yeah, I can learn even more of that. Let me do this. Yeah, like it was a no-brainer.
Man, it's just beautiful when things work out like that.
For real. Like, don't even be looking for shit, and just God was like, oh well, this is gonna help you do what you're doing, so you need to do this. So I was like, all right, man.
Man, and you're here. Like, I want to get more into that later, but I wanna take this back to like the very beginning of your fascination with both rap and movies. So like, what's
Yeah.
the first movie experience you can remember having? Like, it could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, it could be wherever. Like,
I remember going to a movie like when I was sixth grade with a girl for the first time. And I always been big on movies, so like we went to go see Panic Room. I think Jodie Foster.
mm,
And it was just like, and I was just like, at that moment, I know, like, I really appreciate movies more than the common person. I was just really just happy to see that movie. Of course, the girls was cool too, it was good company, but I was really into the movie. I was like, damn, all right, I fuck with this shit.
that's a crazy first date movie, bro. Like, what a movie to take somebody to see. Like, let's get to know each other and
It
watch.
looked good. I was like, man,
Like,
this look like a good one. I was like, I don't know. I was intrigued by it. Jodie Foster did an amazing performance. The guy I ended up working for, Ian Kincaid, that got me on the Martin Scorsese, did Panic Room.
no way. That's nah. Stop. That's
No
crazy.
way, bro. And it's crazy because like I was on this movie for like 6 months. I just literally just got off this movie last month. And like I work with so many people that worked on so much shit that I don't love. I'm like, damn, you worked on that too? Like our camp operator is Scott Sakamoto, which is one of the most revered camp ops and most hard to book because he's on everybody's shit. Like literally while on that movie, I listened to a podcast, Roger Deakins podcast I listened to, and like every other cinematographer mentions like, yo, we wanted Sam Sakamoto, but he was busy. We wanted Sam
Right.
Sakamoto, Scott Sakamoto, I'm sorry, he's busy. I was like, damn, he did like Menace to Society. You would have never known that. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
once I found out he did Menace to Society, I was like, I'll fuck with you. I'll fuck with you.
Just off the fucking just off the store scene at the beginning alone, like
Facts.
shit. Shit is too tense.
Exactly. So, it's just a great 6 months learning and being able to build connections to, do this at a higher level, because that's my goal. Is like, I know I can do it at the stuff now. It's I done fucked up and let me know I can do it. Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
Hell yeah. So you said Panic. So you said Panic Room was one of the first memories you have of like being at a movie and kind of like enjoying it. Like, and I know you already kind of started moving in the direction of this next question, but like, was there ever a specific movie like after Panic Room that like made you fall in love with film even more than you did? Like, where you really like appreciated it as like art as opposed to just entertainment or like good company?
Yeah. I would say Kill Bill. When I seen Kill Bill, I said, hey. I was like, how you do this? I was like, you got this white girl that's trained with these assassins that actually trained with this like ancient monk and shit. I was like, this story is phenomenal. I was like, how you even think of this shit? You know what I'm saying? I was just like, and then like the shots, and then like, I found out recently how they did a lot of the lighting setups. Like I've shown like pictures of the lighting setups. So it's like, just being a person on seeing that movie now and actually getting a whole class on it, like, damn, this is what we did. This is how we did it. Like, even from the blue screen scene, like, that wasn't even their intentions when they wanted to do that scene.
Wow.
So, like, it's just amazing. Yeah.
That's crazy. You have a favorite scene, like, from either of the two movies? Or we could just limit it to, like, one, if you want to just pick it from the first movie. Like,
my favorite scene on the first one for sure is the fighting scene. Like,
come on,
it's like a no-brainer. It's like, come on, like, it just gets really intense. And then but in particular, the blue silhouette scene is my favorite. Like, as far as cinematography and lighting, I'm like, oh, I like that. Like, that silhouette blue screen is like real swift. It's dope.
Yeah, I love that.
I watch a lot of like the Return of like 36 Chambers and shit like that. So just to seeing him incorporate his own style of that is really cool to me. It's like, damn, like you did your research. He's really good at doing his research, and he just executed really well, and I appreciate that for real.
That shit is tight. If I had to pick two favorite scenes, I would say I really love the Oranishi and Bride fight scene at the end of the first movie a lot. Like, just it's like there's a lot of action in it, but there's also like not a ton. It's just like a couple of moves, and then she like slices her. She's like, hey, sorry, I disrespected you. You got this. Like, it's just like that one moment, and then of course they fight, and then cut the top of her head off. Like, I don't know. It's just like really like understated, but like fighting shit.
And then at the end, she's like, "Oh, that really is what she say? That really is what you call a sword. I can't think of the name." She said,
"Hattori Hanzo sword."
Hattori Hanzo sword. She was like, "Nah, that's that shit. Like, that's that shit. I'm done. Like, yeah,
and that, and then I want to say the scene where what's the lady's name with the one eye? I can't remember her name.
Oh, I know you're talking about the blonde girl.
Yeah. But the scene where she kills what's his face? Dude from
Bud.
Yeah, right, Bud. What's his face from Reservoir Dogs? Michael Madsen?
Michael Madsen. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember his name. But but yeah, the scene where she kills Bud is pretty great. And then the scene where the bride takes her other eye with just pops that shit. Yeah, it's just
because she was like, he didn't teach you how to do that. Wow, give me that eye, bitch. I was like, ooh. I mean, that was just beautiful.
Right. And then of course the 5-point palm exploding heart technique at the end. Yeah, like just that whole scene with Carradine and Uma Thurman just doing their thing at the end. Just a lot of really great, like, it's like a lot of great moments of stillness in both of those movies. Like, he can make, one thing I love about Tarantino is like he makes stillness really, really tense, and like he gives a lot of motion to stillness, which doesn't make any sense when I say it out loud, but like you see it and you get what I mean. Like,
he can do a lot on just sticks, like just having it, but the scene's so intense you don't care that the camera's not moving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. He made a great point about the film shit too, like. He's like, man, you don't have to know what a 40 mil or 50 mil lens is, or if you, to make a good film, you just got to go make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a real thing. Because I hear a lot of people like, oh, I want to make a film with all that shit. Just make one. Like, you
Right.
know, it is what it is. Like, you got to just do it.
Yeah, like it's that simple. And like, you look at people like Spike Lee just started making movies. Like he didn't I mean, I think he had some sort of like background in it, but like
Granted, most of these niggas, like 75% of them, went to film school.
yeah.
Nah, and I learned that, because I was just on the film, like it was people that I was being like, yeah, I just graduated film school, you know what I'm saying? Cinematographers that, I was like, oh, okay. Like, I'm just like, that's cool. Like, you actually went to school for this shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's nothing like being on set. Like, actually being on set, fuck the school shit. Just once you get on set,
Right.
you understand more about how film works.
Nah, yeah, like experience is the best teacher. Like there's I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now, but there are so many people who just like started making movies and like
Mm-hmm.
had no background in it and they just did it.
Because
And
they could do
like
it. It was like, oh, I can do that.
right. Yeah, like they saw they could do it and they knew what they wanted and they just went for it. And
Mm-hmm.
like and then you see people who didn't go to school and just like figured it out on their own teaching master classes and I'm like, see, that's that shit right there. Like it's really like experience really is the best teacher type shit. Like it's just the best.
And that's why I'm ready to shoot my first full length feature film, because I'm like, got all these ideas, and I mean, we already got the script and everything. I'm just at the point where I'm looking for financing, so I'm just trying to, produce and meet more producers so we can get raise the capital for it. And like, it's just gonna be one of those. It'll be like, I know it's gonna be a cult classic. It's gonna be a cult classic. Like, as far as like niggas will go back and they're gonna go back and be like, nah, that joint right there, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, this is the one. Like, just the way I
So
go like Jackie Brown, they go like, nah, this one right here. Like, I just got a feeling already. Just because of the story.
can you tell me a little bit of what it's about? Like you don't gotta spoil the whole thing, obviously, or you don't have to talk about it at all. But
No, it's fine. It's gonna be a film centralized around Black women's health. And it's gonna take place in a mental institution, So
right,
I'm just wanna with this one, when I was like with my writing team, it's about more of a destigmatizing Black people in film and the whole mental health thing. So if this film was done by white people, it would just be about mental health. You know what I'm saying? But now, it's Black women. Now it's gonna be, oh, this is, but to make all the characters the same color, so which people won't even identify that there's a color thing. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole, because I want to make sure that you look at the film for what it is and not for what you think it is.
right, because yeah, it's important for people to realize that like Black people are just like we're people at the end of the day, and like we don't like
Exactly.
it's just like it's just always cool when you can watch something and just kind of like appreciate it as just like a person. Like
Exactly.
that's I appreciate that. I fuck with that.
My whole thing was, I was like, the way we can watch like P Valley and be like, oh, and connected to it. That's the way I
Right.
want to make my film. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in a different manner of context of things. So we dealing
Right.
with
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Nah, that's hard. I like that a lot. Like stuff. Yeah. Like stuff like that's important. I was just trying to reach for an example of something like that, but I mean, actually, no. I just thought of one. Like, Jordan Peele's Us is a movie like that, because Get Out is something that's like extremely rooted in the Black experience. It's like it couldn't be more obvious type shit.
exactly.
But like Us is like the family is Black, but
Mhm.
the movie itself isn't necessarily about Blackness,
Exactly, bro.
like
Exactly.
and like that's what I like. Even though, sorry to cut you off, like even though I didn't like it as much as I like Get Out, I appreciate Us so much just for it destigmatizing like the Black film thing the way it did. Like that's beautiful to me. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Exactly my point. It's like, I feel like if niggas are making a movie, they expect certain shit. And it's like, how you gonna expect certain shit when like we go through all these emotions and all these people go through different things? It's like, not everybody's story is that story. Granted,
Right.
we probably mastered the storytelling of that one particular story, but the Black film industry has a lot of stories that haven't been told. You know what I'm saying? Like they're coming out. That's what I like about like P Valley and fucking Zola. What's that? I just seen that movie.
Yeah, Zola.
Yeah,
the
Zola.
Fucking Twitter thread. Yeah. I saw Zola a couple months back.
Yeah, A24 movie. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I really like this because like it's about stuff that we know. You know, it's not the same. It's not always the same shit, but it's like they presented it in the way I was like, okay, I can get with this, and it looks good. It made sense. We just need more stories or have them told by people that have vision.
Yeah, and talent.
And that talent. That's you right about that. Talent, I can't wait to see. So people I was working on this movie on, they did King Richard with Will Smith.
The Denzel joint. Yeah, that looks crazy.
Will Smith with Serena Venus.
Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking about Macbeth with Denzel. My fault.
I heard that's good too.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that's good too. But King Richard with Will Smith and the Serena story. So I mean, Serena and Venus. So I'm like, I can't wait to see that. That looks good. That looks real good.
Yeah, I'm interested. I won't lie. I thought it was weird when I saw Will Smith was playing their dad. I'm like, he's kind of light for that, huh? Like,
but you know, Will is a fucking phenomenal actor, man. Like
he is.
He did that 6 Degrees of Separation.
I
was like, okay. He got a different, like he didn't do a typical role. That's why I like when people like, that's what my favorite actor is, DiCaprio.
Right.
And I mean, I just worked with him and like seeing him like in person as far as like, and then on the screen, I was like, nah, he really is that guy. Like he's that guy when it comes to this acting shit. And he's like, he can turn into any role, bro. He's not the same character every role. Like
Yeah, you really can't typecast DiCaprio. He'll just do whatever he wants forever.
So what you need? You need a scuba diver? DiCaprio. You need a treasure hunter? DiCaprio. You need a mob boss? DiCaprio. You know, you need a nigga painting on a boat? DiCaprio.
Right. He's something else, bro, for real.
Oh man.
What's it called? Let's jump over to music real quick because I'm curious. Like, when did you what was your relationship like with music growing up, and like when did you first fall in love with it?
Man, this is probably like the most basic shit ever, but it had to be church, bro. It had to be church. Just loving I always loved the organ. It's like the organ is just something about it. It's just like, oh, that's that feel. Like if I made music, I wanted to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So that had to be my start for sure. And just knowing good music from that had to be the root of it because I don't really like my uncle is a DJ, so I always got music from him and picked up on when he was listening to and playing and stuff too. So that was a big role because I was always with him in summertime. But yeah, church and my uncle, they really put me on that music thing and knowing what I like out the gate. Like I know it. Like right now, like I'm about to work on another album, so like I just put together a playlist that I sent to my producer and the musicians I'm working with because I'm gonna do it in studio with musicians. It's like, all right, this is where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? As far as like sonically where I want to sit and it's gonna be heavy piano. Like I want to take your soul out when you listen to it. You just gotta be like, sheesh, like okay, it's big. I can't explain it, but I'm gonna fucking figure it out.
That's tight. I love that. When did you let's get more specific. When did you first fall in love with rap? Like when did that come into your life? Because you say that like the church story is basic and it like it's a universal story because like I went to church when I was younger and like that and like I'm not really a church going person myself, but gospel music is beautiful.
It is.
And like it's so many people's first bridge into music and then rap usually comes after. So like for you, when did you first fall in love with rap?
When I seen Lil Wayne in a video with the Big Timers project chick.
Oh wow,
He had on
early
the
shit,
Eddie George
crazy.
jersey. He said, I'm a little wheezy, but she's in. He said, I'm a little wheezy, but she's in. I'm out there. He's in, believe me. When I pull up, he said, I pull up in that Rolls Royce, leaving you hoes, boys. I'm a bit in. I was like, oh, yeah, she be want to marry you, nigga. I was like, yeah, I fucking him. I said, man, I want to do that. I can do that shit on me. I said, that's when I first was like, yeah, bro, this is it. And I have mama bought me an Eddie George jersey after that on me.
Damn. Wow, that's
I
like
didn't.
yeah, like
I didn't. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no,
I
no, no,
didn't know I
no,
was
you're good.
gonna actually like just be a rapper at that point, but that one was like, okay, it's something. That's when I realized. It's
Yeah,
something.
I get it, cause I remember when I fell in love with Bow Wow and he was wearing, I think it was like a Denver Nuggets jersey or it was like something in those colors.
Yeah,
It was it wasn't the Ghetto Girls video. It was the other one that he put out for Beware a Dog. I can't remember. It was like, but it was like a specific jersey and it had to have been a Nuggets jersey because it was like the yellow, blue, and white joint, and he had like the goddamn the headband.
headband.
Yeah. So I get it. Like it's like that image and like the little bit of rap in there, like just like
Yeah,
and
bro.
and yeah, like Wayne and Big Timers, like that's like early shit too. Like that's like when he was still a kid shit. So
Exactly, bro.
wow.
That shit. Yeah, nah, that shit really was all right. I always love the Big Timers. I was like, man, the Big Timers know what they doing, man. I was like, and I didn't notice this till like maybe a couple years ago. I was like, man, everybody that I really like grew up really fucking with, like, it's from New Orleans. Like, I always like one of my first CDs ever was Masterpiece No Limit,
Mm,
the one with the tank on it, the gold tank. And I remember
yeah,
we
the
my
classic.
mom, we bought it from Walmart, and then I got it home. I was like, this shit scratched. I'm like, no. I said, something on my CD, this shit scratched. And she was like, oh yeah, it's doing something. Then we took it back. She's like, oh yeah, this is edited. I was like, oh no, I want this. Then we like took it back and went to Best Buy, and she got me the real one. You know what I'm saying? I can't feel it with this scratch shit over here. I'm thinking this is my Walkman at the time. You know, we had Walkmans, so I'm thinking something
Right.
on Walkman. I was like, nah, this is Walmart. I thought we never going to Walmart again for no damn CD. Um, but yeah, like Master P early influence, and then like Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys. I fuck with them.
Right.
Big Time was always like, oh, Big Time was like, you know, they all had the cars and like seen them on cribs and shit. Then like Currency is another one that I really fuck with tough,
Come
you know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying? And then like all my family here, like we all grew up listening to Boosie for sure. Like when Boosie and
Right.
Webby, you know, that was niggas all like that was in my colors and at 16, 17, you know what I'm saying? So like niggas from Louisiana just always had something for me, I guess. I fuck with them.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. You know, like Louisiana has like a beautiful sound and like
Yeah.
and just like I've been like maybe like I can't remember exactly when it was, but I've just like been thinking about like that lineage and just like looking at Wayne and Currency specifically, like seeing the two directions they went off in, like even considering that like Wayne started on, or excuse me, Currency started on Cash Money, and then
Right.
like he just put out an incredible project, like it's like fourth or fifth of the year, like, and I just Currency is one
Working
of my
on another
favorites
one.
too. So like, yeah,
You
he's
working on
just
another one, Jermaine Dupri. I'm like, hell yeah, bro.
like, yeah, man, he never ever stops, and like there's something so beautiful about like his music and just like the New Orleans like feel. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but like I love that shit too. It really does my heart good.
Not real shit.
Like, and what's it called? As you kind of get older and start to develop this palette for film and for music, like was there ever was there ever a period of time for you where you, or let me rephrase that. Do you remember when you first consciously linked film and music together in your head? Like, was there a moment when you realized that the two complemented each other in a crazy way?
Yeah. After seeing Jackie Brown for like the third or fourth time,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa. I said, I like the way he used the Delphonics in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it stood out to me. I was like, okay. I said if I was able to make a movie, the score has to be. The score is just for me. The score is just as important as the like the dialogue and like the cuts and the fucking cinematography. It's gonna set the mood, you know. And that's why on my short film I scored it with my album.
Yeah, of course. um, but yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up. Talk to me about the short film because I heard the album. But I haven't seen the movie yet. I've only seen the trailer. But I'm curious because I want to know how the two are connected to each other. Like, is this just like the short film is an idea you had and it's scored by the album, or like are they in conversation, or is it like a little more separate?
They're definitely in conversation because I made the album first, with the idea of like based on my car I drove in high school, and it's like a journey of that time. But then I was like, well, I didn't feel like shooting on music videos. I was like, man, I just don't have the energy to shoot on music videos, which I probably end up doing one or two anyway, just because that's what I do.
Yeah,
but I was like, well, I'm gonna shoot a short film, and I was thinking about this while I was on my first film anyway. So I was like, bet, let's do it. End up doing it in June. It's hand to hand for the simple fact that the themes that I use in my songs are in the movie. You know, like it's based on the movie is based off the album in a way. Yeah.
right. Sorry, my brain. What's the movie called again? Because I don't think I remember the title.
328i.
Oh, the movie is called 328i. Okay, yeah, because the album's called. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, I just try to keep it simple, and it makes it easier. So, honestly, it's another thing. Like, if you like the movie, bam, you're gonna like the album because you like the movie. You're gonna like the score in the movie also, probably.
Facts. Yeah.
So it's like, and then you be like, oh, what's that song? And you might like one. You might want one song on it. It doesn't matter at that point because like you like the film.
And like that relationship right there that you just described is like one of my favorite things about watching a movie, because I remember when I was younger and I watched Idlewild for the first time, the Outkast movie, and I had heard Speakerboxx of Love Below before that, but like for some like it like didn't stick, or at least like the stuff that wasn't the hit singles didn't stick in my brain the way I wanted, the way it should have. And then I watched the movie and I'm hearing all the Big Boy songs and I'm like, these shits are hard. Like, where are these from? Because like the whole time I was waiting for the soundtrack to come out and I listened to the actual soundtrack and I'm like, none of the songs I like are on here. And then I went back to Speakerboxx and I was like, oh, they're all here. So like for some reason that just unlocked that in my brain. And I was like, oh. So then I went back and listened to Speakerboxx and I'm like, this shit is crazy. Like, why didn't this connect the way it did before? And like, that's the beauty of hearing a song in a movie like that. Like, it'll completely recontextualize it for you. Like,
exactly.
And that's what I'm looking forward to with 328i and like actually watching the movie and shit.
I can't wait because I know it's a few songs on there that just like I use them at the. We literally wrote it for this song to make so much sense when we play it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like okay, here's the point. Like, you're gonna get it right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, man, it was a great experience to shoot that shit. Like, just being able to get that many people together for one cause is crazy. Like, not too many people, for sure, not here can get that many people to come work on something like that, and it'd be like, all the way for the fully 100% dove into the idea of what we're doing, staying up past like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning for 3 days straight to shoot this shit that's in my head. It's just wild to me.
And this is the first thing you directed on your own, right?
Correct. I direct and cinematography.
Right. Damn. Yeah. So like,
it's gonna be good.
Damn, I'm excited. Like, I'm actually curious now. Like, what was it like as a first-time director, like making something like this?
I honestly just felt at home. When that Friday, I woke up in the hotel because I was on another movie somewhere in bumfuck Oklahoma, like 2 hours away. So I drove back to Oklahoma City that morning. Fucking hit up the rental house, got my camera I needed, which I used Alexa Mini, with Carl Zeiss Compact CP2s, because I was doing a lot of low light shit, and those together give you beautiful shit at nighttime.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got all my lights and stuff and dove in, man. It just, I don't know. It's like that feeling right there is what I'm like ready for again. All right, I'm ready. Okay. I'm at the point like I'm gonna build all this shit up to this movie just to get to that point that first day we can shoot. You know, but this time it's like, all right, I'm gonna be shooting over probably expanding like 30, 40 days. So it's like, all right, it's gonna be a different experience from the aspect. I haven't shot for myself that like that, you know, shooting 5 days this week, come back 5 days next week, and then until we all shoot it all out. So that's gonna be a challenge in itself. But I'm up to it, bro. Like this is what I do. I thrive to be in positions like that, just because I'm gonna get the vision out. That's my main goal: get the vision out, get everything I need to give my editor, in which I have the best editor in the world.
Who do you work with on the editing?
My homie Corin Sharp, he's done all my music videos. Like he's edited all my music videos, and we just got a great combination. He's a director as well, but he's in LA doing a lot of editing for people right now. So it's funny because one of my videos, day ones, we did like 2018, and like he's got so much work just off that video we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's dope.
And I don't know, to me it still kind of feels like the editor is one of the more underappreciated people when it comes to like the filmmaking process, son. Like people don't understand, like
Regular people do not understand. Industry niggas know, like unless they editing themselves, which I don't see how you have time to edit yourself if you're directing and shooting movies all the time. You don't have time to sit in the editing room. But that's why great directors always have an editor that they've been fucking with for the longest. Like you don't really. It's like a barber, nigga, or a hairstylist.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
you the editors like that.
Yeah. No, it's like that's a great way to like. I never thought about that before. It really is like a barber, like because we've been talking about Scorsese, like Thelma Schumacher. Yeah, she's been like I think she's edited every Scorsese movie, right?
She's got a lot on her plate right now. we shot 3 different endings.
Damn.
So I know she's probably going through it with him right now.
Yeah, but like for people who don't know, Thelma, she's edited every single Martin Scorsese movie from the very beginning, and that goes to Nat's point, just about like like a good editor really is like a good barber. Like if you try And I can attest to that too. The same woman who twisted my hair, she's been twisting my hair for the last 15 years, son. Like going on 16. Like, so that's a fact. Like
that's a relationship you do not like. You cherish that relationship like you cherish your intimate relationship. You're like, hey, nah, we got to make sure we're good all the time.
You got to water that. You got to check on the children. You got to do all that shit. Like. Shout out to Gail, man. Shout out to Gail.
Man, for real. Shout out to my nigga Sharp, man. He one of the coldest, and the beautiful part, he from my city. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I like. I'm big on like trying to work with people that's from my neck of the woods and like give us an opportunity to be great, because not too many people are giving us opportunities. And like if somebody give me an opportunity to do something, I was like, all right, it's my duty to share this knowledge with the people I commune with in my community, because like damn, it's like I have to bring people with me, because it's not gonna flourish or it's not gonna grow without that, that watering.
No, yeah, it always takes a village. Like that's a cliche, but like that shit is real. Like it's a cliche because it's a cliche because it's real. And you're talking about that. Talk to me a little more about getting with Devoted and like how that started and like how they've kind of pushed you forward. In that way.
Devoted is crazy because like Video Heroes, which my guy Devoted is like me, Video Hero, Nicole. So Video Hero is like another videographer. Nicole's our writer. Like she does all the pen to paper shit for us. Like I was like, oh, like 320 hours. Like Nicole, I got the idea. This is what it is. We're like, okay, let's do it. Boom, we did it. She's great. She's the best writer in the world. And then Ozzy, where she's like an actress, a producer, like she's good, like at like ADN and stuff like that also. So basically, like 2000, 15. We was at an art show, video here was like, yeah, man, you should, act with like, yeah, I've been thinking about it, acting and, doing some stuff. And then I just ended up meeting them at a art show, and then we was like, all right, let's do something. We start doing something. We ain't stopped. And, I just been like, all right, I was on the acting side heavy because like, all right, you really can't depend on people like that. So I was like, well, I don't mind, doing acting stuff. But then like, as of like the last 3 years, I've been getting towards behind the camera because I know like I really wanted to be behind the camera anyway. Because I always did photography. So I was like, I take my stills and like kind of like, I use my stills like, oh, I might use that in a shot, like a shot for a movie or a show, whatever we do, you know what I'm saying? I just like pulling from my own work, my previous work, just to have a fresh opinion on cinema. So that was just like another natural thing. Like that right there got me to getting on Martin Scorsese. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Nah, that's the start.
Yeah,
like it started there and it ended, or it didn't end there, but like
that's like I feel like that to here was like a preface.
Right. Yeah.
So now it's like, chapter 1.
Right. Facts. And then, but it's crazy you say that because like with Devoted, like y'all went to the grand opening of Nipsey's store of the Marathon clothing store, which is, and it like that's amazing. Like talk to me, like what was that like going there for the first time with them?
What's crazy about that is I was out there in LA, I was really just on some get my mind right. About to start a new project because like when I'm about to start a new project, I like just go somewhere and just chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Nipsey opened this store today. Today it was in the morning. I was like, oh shit, we gotta go. So I just pulled up, and then like it was a big thing. And just like I had my camera, of course. So I was like snapping it up, like and ended up taking some great ass photos of Nipsey in the celebration. And it's like for him to pass, I was just like, damn. I was meant to be there though, so I was just like, I guess.
Right. Did you get to meet him? Did you get to talk to him at all?
Yeah, I met him and talked to him, chopped it up a little bit, and that was my first time meeting him though. That was crazy, because he did 2013. He did the Van showcase at South by Southwest.
Oh, cool.
And I was there, and I was. I had passes or whatever, so we was all in like the VIP, because like me and my homies was there, and then like we was all smoking, and like a homie tried to pass on the joint. He's like, "Nah, I'm good." He was like, basically niggas smoke their own shit, and then he was like, "Yeah, we respectable," but his homie was like, "Nah, I'll taste it," because we like, "Nah, we know we from Oklahoma," but it was like, I was like, "Nah, nigga, we got gas, nigga. We like this shit from Cali, cuz like nigga, we get bubble," So his homie hit, he was like, nah, that is some gas. I was like, nah, nigga, we know, nigga, you ain't got to tell us we smoke gas, cuz. Like,
already.
You know what I'm saying? So we were just chopping it up there, and then it just like, that was a couple of times I interacted with cuz, and I was just grateful to know him and appreciate him for like motivating me, and like shit, the whole marathon concept is definitely part of my my whole demeanor in life as well. You don't know when you're gonna be gone, and like this shit, it takes. Yeah, I just appreciate him for his whole movement, the whole marathon thing. I definitely apply that in my life and my lifestyle, what I do, as far as like how, I've been doing this shit for 5 years, like it's just the beginning, what I'm saying? It's just the beginning, and man, I appreciate him for sure. He was almost like a prophet around this motherfucker for people like us. Like we like, okay, niggas is doing more than just the norm, you can do a lot of things, and he did the clothing as well. He did music. He had other capital adventures that he was into as well. So I just want to pay my respects to my nigga, man. RP to the low. He's missed for sure.
Oh, always. Yeah. It's like hit like the impact of his death. I think like most people are still processing it, but like I know West and out, like from like y'all out to Cali is like he's a god out there. Like I wasn't alive. Well, no, I was alive when Tupac passed, but like I was a kid. But like I think like this is the closest that I got to seeing what people felt when Tupac passed away, or like when Big passed away. Like he was really a giant, and he was like just getting started. So to see that, just like I knew it was big. Like my dad was like, Nipsey Hussle died. I was like, you know who that is? Like, like he saw it on the news. I was like, what? Like, so like that was oof, just a lot, man.
And all
Like,
I can think about is how, like, when he said in the song, like, when I go have Stevie Wonder at my funeral, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And Stevie Wonder, I was like, ah, man, I have a nigga in tears with that one, cuz I
yeah,
was like,
like,
that was wild, man. But
man,
that's where we is right now,
yeah,
unfortunately.
man. Yeah, but like but you're keeping the legacy alive in your own way. Like you started Cash Out, or excuse me, Cash Only last year, and
Facts,
you got the clothes and shit. So you're really carrying on that tradition, and like for you, like what's been since you started Cash Only, like what's been the most fulfilling part of having that clothing company on your side?
something my grandfather told me a long time ago that at the time I was like, nigga, what are you talking about? And he probably can quote me to this day. Like, he always said, like, why don't you just make your own stuff? Because I always bought Jordans a lot. Like, hella shit. I'm a shoe person, right? So I
Right,
kept
yeah,
Jordans or whatever. He's like, why you keep giving Jordan money? I said, why don't you just make your own shoes? And I was like, nigga, who's gonna buy my shoes? Like, what? I'm thinking, like, in my head, like, at the time I'm looking at them, but I'm thinking in my head, like, who's gonna buy my shoes? These motherfucking Jordan 3s is fire. I don't know what you're talking about.
right.
So, and that shit fucking subconsciously stuck in my head. So, like, when I first started on the music stuff, I always, like, I gotta have my own merch, you know what I'm saying? Gotta have, because I wanna see ladies in my shit. Like, that's just what it is.
I mean,
And
who
then,
wouldn't? Like,
yeah, exactly. Then I was like, okay. And Cash Only was me, like, promoting the album I'm working on, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make the hoodies, make a logo and be like, you know what, I'm gonna promote this idea until like people get this idea so much that they be like, when the album comes out, like, oh shit, it's an album, you know what I'm saying? Like later on they'll get like it's an album. And
right.
then it just took off. It was like people was buying that shit. And I'm like, it's a universal theme. So I wanted to make it where niggas can attach to it. And they just ran with it with the first batch of hoodie. I was like, all right, let me do this again. So I made more, I kept making more. And I was like, oh shit, all right. And I just started making other shit. And like right now I got fucking 5, 6, 7 boxes full of shit. I'm waiting on fucking two manufacturers of mine to hit me. I'm supposed to be picking up some shit today. Like I got a bunch of 328i shit. That's Cash Only, 320i Incorporated. So, we gonna hit it all angles, man.
Man, that's so hard. Like that's like that's just so like I love that it started out as like a thing for another album because like I remember when we first met last year and you had like just started the rollout for Cash Out. Like it had either you either started it that week or like it had just started.
It just started
And
like the November before. Like I
okay,
was I
yeah.
was start selling hoodies that November. And then by the time we got there, I had developed some different type of hoodies, you know what I'm saying? I was just like just really just kind of feeling it out.
Right. So like when we first met, that was maybe like 5 or 4 months
Hmm.
into its lifespan, and just like you had the shit on, it's like seeing it around and like people talking about it. I was like, wow, like this is you really like did something with it, and like just seeing it flourish the way it has, like a year and change later, is just like you really committed to it, and it's happening. Like I'm just proud of you, bro.
Man, appreciate it. I was like, well, I didn't even. The funniest part, like, I didn't mean like, don't get me wrong. I've had other like clothing ideas and stuff I've been doing since like 2000, like basically 12, 13. But every like you just keep trying shit like to the one that's sticking. This idea just having to stick, and I was like, okay, well, I know how to just keep. And I got limited designs. Like my designer, I got designs for next year now, you know what I'm saying? As far as like
Yeah.
we keep the vault. So whenever I want or feel like I just want to make something, I can say, all right, I'm gonna make this right now. You know what I'm saying? I just got designs, I can make this right now. It's like it's just something I like doing, I guess. Staying busy is something I feel like I like doing.
Yeah. You do stay busy. Like
uh,
just it's just like so much. It's just like so many things, like you got the rap, you got the film shit going, you got the clothing shit going, you got the photography shit going. Like it's really just like like Grand National is everything, like
exactly. And that's the whole point. It's like, man, don't let nobody box you in like, oh, Grand National Rap. Yeah, I do rap, bro. Don't get me wrong. I love the rap, yeah, but nigga, I'm coming for your head in multiple ways. It ain't just rap. Rap is just one of my outlets, I suppose.
Right. Nah, yeah. And like, and you're like, just considering how many different aspects of art you've dipped your feet into, like, what would you say is one takeaway about Grand National, the artist, that comes through in everything you do? Like, regardless, like if somebody were to like stumble across the music, what would they be able to find in the music? They'd also be able to find in the clothes or in the photography.
Uh, Genuineness, everything is coming from the same place as my creative heart. You know what I'm saying? Everything is pure as far as what my intentions is when making it. Just to express myself in the purest form I can. Yeah, that'd be, and you're gonna find one common thing is gonna be quality.
Yeah.
Like everything is gonna be as it should. As far as like, and no matter photography, fucking movie films, music, clothing. I don't compare myself to anybody as far as like I'm my peers, whatever. I'm looking like when it comes to like clothing line, I'm looking like Stussy. Like, all right, how can I get my brand on track right there? What do I need to do? And then as far as music, I'm like, nigga, I'm thinking Kendrick, Currency, niggas like that. Like, all right, how can I get my music in those circular, those type of realms, speaking like that, like as far as me producing my albums, like I want them to be something that you have to pay attention to. You just can't be like, nah, this ain't no just regular shit. Like this is something that people like. And then same way for films, like give my take on that, because I'm a very, very visual person. So that's something I really dive into, because like I paid attention a lot to movies as growing up, and I always knew I was like, nah, I can do that shit. Like I could do that shit. Like I always tell myself, given the right opportune time, I'm gonna do that shit really well. Like I'm gonna do it really well. And same way with photography. I use the photography and film to play off each other, honestly.
Right. Yeah, you like film is photography.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah, like
It all the same, and that's another thing. My next film I want to shoot in 35 mil.
right.
I think I can do it. Shit, I got a light meter. I know how to use it. I know how to light a scene. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the basic things that a lot of people don't get taught, which I've been working with older gentlemen like Scorsese, Perito, Kike, Sakamoto. These are all old guys. I ain't gonna say they're old, but they all got gray hair. They've been in the industry 30 years. So it's like a lot of wisdom has been flowing through me just by being a fly on the wall and just listening and really taking heed to what we're saying. I'm not just loafing when I'm on the set. I'm like really like thinking the whole time when I'm on this Martin Scorsese movie, like, nigga, I'm gonna make something that's gonna be like this. Like I'm thinking like I want a bigger budget for my next one. You know what I'm saying? I wrote it down. Like this is the budget I want for my next film. This is how much it's gonna cost, and this is how much I want. And I want to be able to get certain things as some crane shots. So I'm gonna need some money to do it. So, and I can do it. Sure.
Right. So jumping off all of that, like just like the wisdom and the planning thing, like going into like scripting and getting into pre-production on your first full-length feature, like what, I mean, like you're already kind of hinted at it, but where's your head at when it comes to like going from like working on music videos to making a short film to accompany an album to working on a film set to being like, all right, I'm like directing my first full-length movie? Like where's your head at right now with that?
My head is like, let's do it. Like my brain was like, let's get it.
Yeah.
Like I know you heard Baby Keem and Kendrick.
Let's get this shit.
So that's my brain when I start thinking about my next film. Let's get this shit. Top of the morning. For real, bro. That's what my brain go, because I'm a person with like I don't get attached to my projects. So it's like 320i in my mind is out the window. You know what I'm saying? It's just graduated high school, and I'm a parent that said when you turn 18, you getting the fuck out of my house.
Right.
For real. And I was like, I find it's easier to not get too attached, put your best in it, make sure it's the best quality you can make at that time, and letting it be free and grow into letting the people have it. And then it's like, all right, while they having it, you should be always halfway through your next idea.
Right.
That's my philosophy.
Yeah, you know, that's how you're able to stay as busy as you stay, you know, like that's like you can't dwell too much if you want to be as busy as you are, you know, like and like it's tiring because like I get it too, you know, like I like between the podcast and the writing and like all the writing I do for all different people, less of that now, but I still write for different people. Like like I get that, like you gotta always just like promo is important, but it's just always on to the next one. Like it's always got to be on to the next one.
Yeah, like, and that's why, you know, I've learned you got to have people. You got to pay people to, if you busy, you're gonna have to pay people to do certain things because that you're not gonna be able to do, like
right,
like promo stuff and like PR and all that shit. Like having someone on your behalf is always good,
right?
Because you can move to the next. Like that's why having an editor is great because like you can direct a movie, shoot a movie, and it's like okay, after you edit it and, you know, get the cut, you don't really have to spend that much time actually editing. You just sit with the editor and talk to the editor and stuff like that. But you know, it's a challenge. I'm all for the challenge in life.
Right. And yeah, before we move on to this last thing I wanted to ask you about, I wanted to give a special shout out to my homegirl Amanda, who connected me, who connected me and Ronnie on here. Like we already knew each other before, but like Amanda was the person who reached out with the album, and like Amanda's my homie from way back. So you know, like she really, you know, like she's on her PR shit right now. So shout out to Bonita for real.
On me, she's on vacay right now. She said, "I'm going on vacay. I holler at you." Like, I was all right.
Nah, she deserves it. She works as hard as anybody I know, bro. Like she's everywhere. Like, damn. But yeah, shout out to Amanda, always and forever. But the last thing, you know, like since we're talking about like, you know, confiding in other people, like whether that's through paying or just through working and trusting people with stuff that you might not necessarily be able to do at a certain time, I want to talk about your experience working on Fire in Little Africa, which has been out for maybe a couple of months at this point. So talk to me about when you first came into the experience and like what you contributed and like how you feel about the final product, and like just talk to me about Fila.
Fila was a great experience for sure. I remember when, like, you know, the whole idea before we'd even got into studio stuff, and Tone was always telling me, like, "Nigga, we finna do this project, you know, this, you know," and then I was thinking like the 100-year coming out. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, that's a good idea, you know what I'm saying? They just kept this before anything even shook, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. He said, "Well, we gonna let you know it's gonna be a week. We gonna spend like a week recording." I said, "Bro, let me know. You know, that them niggas know I'll pull up the Tulsa anytime." So they end up getting it. You know, getting it like they got the thing with Woody Guthrie. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh, y'all really trying to do it," you know? So I was like, "All right, man." And then like we got that week, and it was like, "Oh yeah, we got all these journalists coming." I'm like, okay, I say, all right. I said, I'm really intrigued at this point, you know. Like, all right, boy. I say, y'all really doing it, you know. I'm inspired, like, okay. And I'm thinking, like, damn. So I gotta do somewhere I invite journalists. That's just me. I'm always thinking, like, when someone do something dope, I'm like, all right, I need to step my game up, and like, this is what I need to do too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a standard now. I'm thinking in my head. You know, I experienced that. We recorded. I met you guys, like you, Yo. Who else was out there?
Jelani was out there. My boy Ogden was out there.
On me, and so we met all these people. I was like, okay, this is dope, you know. And then we recorded, and it was just a great experience. Being with different artists and seeing everybody's recording style and seeing all these songs being pumped out, and it's just really just bonding on some Oklahoma shit in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which was cool. Like, and the album came out great. You know, we recorded a bunch of songs. The songs that made it, they really worked well together. Fucking shout out to Steph, shout out to Tone, St. Dom, Dr. View. You know what I'm saying? These guys were very essential with the on hand making his album right. And my nigga Hakeem Olajuwon did his thing on his album.
Oh, you already know Hakeem went crazy, son.
McCain, you know, Hakeem's on 328i. You know, I fuck with King. He's hard. Oh yeah, it was great. It's a great album. I love my favorite song is with Party Playing with Charlie Wilson, because anything with Charlie Wilson, bro. Like, Nas has a song with the Car 85, bro, and I just love. Charlie doesn't really do much in there, but he said, "Ooh," and I was like, "That's all I need to hear."
It's all you need, bro.
I see why I won the Grammy, nigga. You got Charlie
Right.
Wilson saying ooey on your shit.
Right, like and like outside of the history of Charlie Wilson and the Gap Band, like him being
Exactly.
from there, like it's just like it's a full circle moment in that way, and like that song is just, it's just such a vibe, like it's just so groovy and shit, and like and like the thing I love about Fila and like getting to experience it kind of accentuated that was just like the different kinds of music on there. Like it's every kind of rap you could imagine. There's a little bit of R&B and funk on there. Like it's just a lot of sounds that got compressed down but didn't lose any of that like flavor. And like for people who don't know, like it wasn't just artists from Tulsa. It was, I mean, like Nat's from OKC. He's from Oklahoma City. So like, yeah, people from all over the state came down to Tulsa.
You know what I'm saying? It was literally the best of the best was there as far as Oklahoma. Anybody that's really making music, rap music, Oklahoma was there.
Right, man.
And it was beautiful. Probably like that type of thing is what people always like wish like they city or like, oh, we should all come together and do some shit like that. But we really came together and did it. That's making it really special.
Yeah, for real. This shit was beautiful. And, like, I want to take this time to say, like, shout out to Steph Simon and shout out to First Verse and Hakeem Olajuwon and St. Dominic. And just like, there's so many names I could shout out. But just
like fucking MC.
Right. MC always like
nigga Chris McCain. Like, I guess the list goes on, bro. Like,
yeah, man.
These are people that been doing stuff, like we all been doing stuff, and it's good to see Oklahoma just get a little bit of something. The album came out through Motown, what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
exactly.
That's the type of shit that niggas here is like, nigga, what? Like regular niggas here was looking at the shit like Motown? It's like Oklahoma? I'm like, right, yeah, man, bro. I told y'all niggas, Steph, hey, them niggas had a plan. I be telling you, got a plan. Like, you want to get something, you can make that plan. And then just keep that plan in the universe and keep working towards that plan. That plan it might not come the way you think it look in your head, but it's going to come.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I got to talk to Dr. View and Chris about that earlier this year for Audio Mac, and like just like I can't emphasize enough just like being there to see y'all do it. Like it was really just like such a beautiful experience that I'm so grateful for. Like not even just because it was the last thing I did before COVID locked us all in the house for a year. Like that was just like it was just so beautiful to be a part of a community and just like watch a thing come together with like people who really cared about like not just the music of it, but like the music, and like there's like a whole bunch of art and film aspects to it. Like for anybody listening who isn't familiar, like the Fila experience, like there's a whole thing behind it, and like it's not too late to go tap in. They got podcasts, they got the album, they got everything going on. So like tap in with that shit, because like Oklahoma's in general, like whether it's Tulsa or OKC or wherever, like they got it going on down there. And I'm like, that was like, I had been on press trips before, but like that was the first one where I had been like around something so big and something so like involving so many people. And like when I got Yo was the reason that I was down there. He recommended me to Chris and they flew me down. Like I can't thank Yo enough for that. Yeah, always, bro. That's
rap portraits.
Yeah, for like Yo, like we just had I just had them on for rap portraits a while ago. Like I'm so proud of them. Like
first one with Ponte, I was like, okay. I said, I can get behind this. I fuck with this. I said, I fuck with this. Yeah.
Yo, like they really been moving. They got a bunch of them, and I don't like I don't know if this is gonna be out, like I don't know if this is coming out around the time that it doesn't matter. I helped them with one. I don't want to say who it's with yet because I don't know if it's gonna be out, but there's one coming soon that I helped with. I was more than honored and grateful to help with it. I did the interviews for it. It's gonna be tight.
Okay, I hope I get to see that shit.
Yeah, nah. I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off the recording. But it's yeah. Like I love everything that Yo and Holland are doing. Rap portraits, like really amazing stuff. Like they're really. It's like. It's just like it doesn't feel like anything else. Like it doesn't feel like the typical like journalist follows an artist type of thing. Like it really feels like its own different thing. And just shout out to them for that. Like they really like they're getting it out the mud and they like did that themselves. So Yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Rap Portraits.
You gotta respect a person that gets an idea out the mud, because like that's one of the toughest thing to do. Getting something out the mud and just figuring it out, like just having an idea. It's like taking an idea from brain to paper or vision board or whatever, and to actually making it a 3D thing is like, oh, okay. It makes you feel confident you can do some more things for sure.
Right. Nah, and like that, and like that's the beautiful thing about what you got going on, because like that's what you did. Like you did that, you've done that like 5 times over at this point. Like, between the music and the film and the clothing and the photography, like I said before, it's just like you've gone through this process so many times and like created something new every time. Or it's just like another branch of what you got going on. So I guess the last thing I want to ask before we wrap this up is like creating these new ideas, like for someone who's on the cusp of creating something new right now, and like they haven't done it yet, but they have an idea and they're kind of having doubts, and they're like, Nat, what should I do? What should I do to really, like, how hard is it to take that plunge? Like, how will I know when I'm ready to take the plunge into doing this thing? Like, what advice would you have for them?
Okay. I got 5 words that I think will get anybody past any of that shit, and that is fuck it. I'm gonna die anyways.
All right. I know that's
like,
right.
just think about it though. Like, people are such stressing, like, oh, I don't think I'm ready to do this. I don't know. They're just really like, it might be anxiety for some people, or just like not knowing how to start something. But it's like, think about that death shit when you really don't know about life. Yeah. And then kind of weigh your options out there. It's like, well, you don't really know when you're gonna die. So when you think I can just start this in 6 months. Like, nigga, who's to say you're gonna be here in 6 months? So always just try to carry out that idea as soon as possible, because, it might be your last time. So you might as well. That's just my philosophy though.
That's perfect. Like that's like perspective is so important when it comes to that. And like, right. Just like that idea of like ownership, not even in like a material sense, or I mean, I guess like to an extent, but like not necessarily in a financial sense, even though that's always tight, but like just having something that's yours. Like, like speaking as somebody who just like kind of like just made a podcast, like that's mine.
You doing that shit. It's like you probably had an idea, you sitting on it, and then you was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then just start doing it. Once you start doing it, you was like, all right, start getting the groove. Like, all right, well, this is how I like to do it over this, So I'm gonna start doing this more. You just develop your own style. And like right now, before you're in your room, next thing you know, you can be doing it in some office building or something with, interviewing fucking Ariana Grande or some shit.
Who knows?
Asking her about Disney or some shit. So like that shit happens so fast, bro. Once you put the work in, it's like the work is the fun part to do. But at the same time, when you do so much of it, it's like you wake up or look up, it's like, damn, I'm here. All right.
Right, like and just like to not get desensitized to it all, and like just like remember that it's crazy to be here, and to just like have something that's yours that brought you there, like that's really like it's indescribable to me. Like I can't put that into words, but like you just like having something that's yours and moving that forward and seeing it grow is just like it's really something,
It's like having a kid.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah. At least I'd imagine it's like I don't have any kids.
I don't have any kids either. I treat my projects like kids sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, that was one thing. I love it. And, I want to water it and have it grow. And that's pretty much it.
Hey, that shit is precious.
Right.
I don't got no more questions, but like, bro, thank you so much. This was like. I'm so sorry that everything cut out twice, but like we had a good,
It was as intended, man. I don't even be tripping on shit like that, because if it's supposed to happen, it's supposed to happen. Like if it was supposed to, we go one take all the way through, it would have happened.
Right? Yeah. But you know, like just like we've only known each other for a year and like a year and a half, and like I don't know, just like seeing you grow and like even hearing the news that you worked on the Martin Scorsese movie, and then seeing like just like seeing where you go, seeing where you've gone in such a short time since I've known you has been like, it's just really incredible, and I'm super proud of you, man. Just like congratulations on everything you got going on. Like,
Man,
wow.
appreciate it. You know, hopefully next time I'm on this podcast, we're talking about me. I just shot a $5 million film that we wrote, you know.
Come on,
and
man.
I'm about to work on a fucking studio film for like 20 million or some shit. You know, those are the type of stories we're gonna be seeing next time we talk.
Yeah, you about to get snatched up by Marvel on your fucking Chloe Zhao going from
no.
Nomadland.
Nah, man, I could never get snatched up by Marvel. Marvel literally has one movie out of me. I'm willing to do one movie. I don't know what it is. I'm not even think I can do it in the next 10 years, maybe 15. I don't know. But they have one movie out of me. It has to be the right one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah. Set those terms right now. But like but you know, like for the time being, like that's all gonna come. I know you got it coming. But for now, everyone go listen to 328i, go listen to Stack a Dollar, go listen to Cash Only, go check everything out. I'm gonna put links. Like Grand Nat's got it going on, son. Like for real.
Check it out, man. We gonna be here regardless. We're gonna be here to the rapture. So y'all better get motherfucking hip. You dig?
Let's go, son. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.